Okay guys, I'm going to go through an example of creating a couple wheels, something that is bare bones and something that's a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and create a sketch. I'm going to choose this back plane here, and I'm going to start by creating a circle. So I'm going to come over here. I'm not going to, actually I'm going to use symmetry. Oops, and did not place my circle there at the center, so I'm going to place my circle at the center. I'm going to make my overall diameter 1.2 inches. This seems a reasonable size. I'm going to put a hole in this that is 0.09. The nail is 0.087. I imagine I'll end up drilling it out a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and finish that sketch and then simply extrude it, the outermost donut, and I'll go 0.2 inches. Okay, so that in and of itself would be a functional wheel. I think I can do a little bit better than that. And what I mean by that is I'd like to decrease the rotational inertia. The farther something is away from the center, the more rotational inertia it's going to have, and that would be resistance to spinning, and that would be an energy drain. So I'm going to create something a little bit lighter and a little bit better. We'll probably have to do some testing. I am, for the outside circle, still going to use 1.2 inches. And then I'm going to do a couple of other sketches. Please note, all in one sketch. I'm not doing a bunch of sketches. I'm going to put another circle in here, and this is going to go out to 1.05. I'll use that as my outer rim. I'm going to put several concentric circles. They're all going to the same. This will be my 0.09. That's going to be the hole. I'm going to put another circle there at 0.25. And then I want to fill this in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use a center rectangle. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a center rectangle, and I'm going to go up into it like that. And then I'll right click and hit OK. And then I'm going to turn that into spokes. So I'm going to go to a circular pattern, and I'm going to choose this line and this line. And for my center point, I'm going to choose right there. And that will go there. So now I can carefully, I'm going to finish the sketch, and I'm going to carefully go in and extrude what I want. So I want that outer ring. I want all of these. Oops, I want that there. And this and that. And then I want, oh man, I'm going to have to click all these individual things. I could have saved myself a little bit of hassle had I used my snips and my scissors in the sketch mode, but probably just as quick to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and select everything. Okay, so I now have everything that I want to extrude. I'm going to go ahead and extrude this out, a quarter of an inch. So I'll go 0.25 and hit OK. So that's pretty good, but I want to get rid of some weight. I want it to be concentrated towards the center, the weight that I do need in the sturdiness. I'd like to reduce the weight as I go out. I'm going to do that by creating a sketch and then revolving a cut. So I want to choose a plane, either this one or this one, to draw on. And when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and place a line on here. Oops, first I'm going to project the geometry of the wheel itself. Okay. Now that'll allow me to snap to it if I'd like. I'm going to create a line here, and I'm just going by eye. I'm going to run like that. And doing that, I'm then going to just go out here and in a sloppy fashion choose that. I'm I'm going to finish that sketch, and then I'm going to revolve that about that axis as a cut, and we're going to take a look at what it does. So what it does is it gives me a super flat surface to print on. So I'll print with this side down, so that will print very, very well. And then as it goes up, it'll print this. As long as, and I might come back and fool around once I compare this to a nail head, because I don't want it to have an awkward edge hitting that nail. That would be there. I could certainly change the geometry on these spokes, but this is going to be, the nice thing about this wheel is it has a very flat bottom when I print it. That would go inside, and certainly we could get fancier, but I am a fan of this flat bottom. They'll simply print well. They'll be similar, the same, and as far as producing it, it'll make it much better. But this, if it's strong enough, so I print one and test it, to be honest, to make sure it's not bending under the weight, and maybe I can make it much skinnier. I'll have to test that a little bit, but I'll produce a prototype and go from there.